$1,996. Okay, coming up now, we are going to scoot along here and we are going to talk about Tanzanite. Now, Tanzanite has rapidly become the most popular sought after color gemstone in the world. Let's start there. In the history of gems, never before has a gemstone captured the level of popularity that this gemstone captured in a very short amount of time. Tanzanite is that rare, it is that unusual, and it is the first time since 1920 that they've added a gemstone to the gem roster. They actually added this and made this the December birthstone. They've not done that in almost 100 years. Just, you know, to give you an idea of how unusual it is for them to add a birthstone to the birthstone lineup. But that's how special Tanzanite is. This, of all the beautiful things I've shown you, this is unequivocally one of our best values in Tanzanite. Without a doubt, it's our #1 top-selling bracelet. We have sold thousands of this bracelet over the years, and the most important thing to note about this is that Tanzanite is a stone that is a one-source gem. It's found only in Tanzania, Africa, at the base of Mount Kilimanjaro. It was discovered in the late 1960s, and in the past couple of decades, it has rapidly become to the point where they are saying that this is the final generation stone. We are the last generation that will ever be able to afford to be able to get Tanzanite before it's completely mined out. Now, something's happened in the world of Tanzanite. The stones have become regulated to a point where the prices for Tanzanite are going up ridiculously high. Our buyer has informed me, she said, Colleen, we are lucky we have purchased what we've purchased. We have in the hopper what we have, because moving forward, we will not be able to get the same prices on Tanzanite to pass along the same prices to you. Our prices in Tanzanite, unfortunately, will be going up. Everybody's Tanzanite prices are going to be going up because of what's happening in the Tanzanite market. So I want you to know that up front. We go directly to the source. We buy our Tanzanite from one of the site holders in Tanzania. So that is one of the reasons we, over the years, have been able to do amazing values in Tanzanite. However, as we said, due to regulations, we are going to have to start spending more to get Tanzanite here and to be able to offer it. So with that said, this is a bracelet that unequivocally provides the best value in a Tanzanite bracelet that we have offered. Close to 200 gone. I have about, we'll show you, 342 available. I know that sounds like a lot. It's not. We have sold over 5,000 of this bracelet. The only way we were able to get this bracelet at $199, we've sold thousands of this bracelet at $199. And the only way we were able to get this bracelet at $199 is by buying 5,000 of them, thousands of them. And Rick, let's show everybody how many are left, because I want you guys to see this, because when it sells out today, and it should, there's 333 available. I know that sounds like a lot, but I have to tell you, it's not going to be enough today. We have hundreds of people on the phone, and as I said, we can't reorder this piece. What I love about it is that it's the easiest bracelet in the world to wear. It is classic, it is elegant, it's beautiful, it's tailored, it's everyday. A tennis bracelet can be as casual as you want it to be. You can wear it when you're wearing tennis shoes. You can wear it when you're running around just taking care of business. You put it on, you don't ever have to take it off if you don't want to. It's a really fun way to wear Tanzanite. But to get 8 carats, we have it in a 7, we have it in a 7.5 inch length. So we have the length you need, we have your bracelet waiting for you. If they would come a little closer, I would love it for you to be able to see the stones up close, because they are so pretty. Look at it go, look at it sparkle. That stone is so rare, so rare. It's 1,000 times more rare than a diamond. 1,000 times more rare than a diamond. There is less than a 1 million to 1 chance, 1 million to 1 chance that this rare type of zoisite, this rare mineral, this rare type of zoisite will ever be found anywhere else on the globe, anywhere else on the planet. That's how it's so unusual. It's so different than anything else anybody has ever seen before. It's a trichroic stone. It changes colors. It's not just pleochroic, it's trichroic. It actually flashes 3 different colors. You see blues, you see purples, you even see flashes of gold, sometimes reds. It's a very exciting, it's a stone that just, there's so many fun stories to tell you about Tanzanite. People go wild for it. So I'm encouraging all of you, if you ever plan on owning a Tanzanite line bracelet, this is your day, this is your time. 264 people have the chance to own this before we retire it. As I said, absolutely unequivocally cannot be reordered. Period. Because if we were to bring this back, we would have to be charging in upwards of $250 for this bracelet. We don't want to have to do that. So therefore, we are going to have to hunt down other values along the way, because we always work hard. You know, one of the things I always say about hosting this show, I love, love, love gemstones. It's a passion of mine. It's my favorite collectible. It's my favorite hobby. I've studied with the GIA. I've earned certificates in colored gemstones, in diamonds. I've earned certificates in pearls. So I love the study of gemstones. There's something about, there's always something new to learn. It's absolutely fascinating because you learn about history, you learn about different cultures, and you get to wear your collection. You get to wear your collectibles. So it's a wonderful hobby. They don't take up a lot of space. It's not like you have, that's what I just, there's so many wonderful things about becoming a gem collector. But Tanzanite for me is one of my most fun stones to talk about. First of all, I absolutely love the color, and so do you, because that's one of the reasons it's the #1 top-selling colored gemstone in the world. They say men, they do these studies where they put colors in front of people, men and women, and they ask people to respond to color. And they did this with all the colors of the gem spectrum. And in this particular study, when they were showing men different colors, you know, emeralds, rubies, all the different colors, and then they'd show women across the board, Tanzanite for men and women was the one people responded to most, the color that people loved most of all of those various colors that they were shown. Okay, this is almost sold out. If you're on the phone, we have well under 100 left. Do not hang up whatever you do. Stay there. I'll let you know when it's gone completely. I can't thank you enough for your calls. I'm thrilled you were able to get it.